This is Raja Avula, Faculty of History. Today we are going to discuss modern Indian history, the two freedom struggle. In the freedom struggle, today's topic is non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement started in 1920, ended in 1922. Non-cooperation means not to cooperate with the British government. This concept has been taken from the passive resistance. Passive resistance. I already told to you this passive resistance has been taken from the Aravinda Ghosh theory. Non-cooperation movement was led by Gandhi originally. It comes under the Gandhian age. It is first nation level movement of Gandhi. First national level movement of Gandhi. Non-cooperation movement, because of there are so many incidents occurred before this. In 1915, Gandhi he came to India. 1915 Gandhi came to India. 1915 January 9th, Gandhi reached to India. And that day we are celebrating as Pravas Bharati Divas. After this 1915 April, he started Sabarmati Ashram. Sabarmati Ashram. Actually, this was 1917 shifted to the Sabarmati. In the year 1917, Gandhi he participated Champaran Satyagraha. In India, Gandhi participated Champaran Satyagraha. After the 1917 Champaran Satyagraha, it was against the Teen Katya system. It was succeeded by the Gandhi. 1918 Gandhi also participated in Kheda Satyagraha. 1918 also Gandhi participated in Ahmedabad mill workers strike. Ahmedabad mill workers strike. Ahmedabad mill workers strike. So these three incidents, local incidents, were completely succeeded by the Gandhi. Because of this success, Gandhi's name reached to the entire India. Later period, 1919, there occurred so many incidents in Indian history. 1919, Montagu Chelmsford reforms. Montagu Chelmsford reforms were introduced in the month of the February. In the Montagu Chelmsford reforms, diarchy was introduced. Diarchy in states it was introduced. Diarchy not accepted by the Indians. And also bicameral legislature. According to this act, bicameral legislature also introduced in India. Bicameral legislature. Bicameral legislature also introduced in India. Next, bicameral legislature also introduced in India according to 1919 Act. So 1919 Act did not accepted by the Indian National Congress because Indians they got vote of right but not full the vote of right. And 1919 March. In the year 1919 March introduced Rowlatt Act. Rowlatt Act. Rowlatt Act was the Sedition Act. Rowlatt Act, it was a Sedition Act. Without intimation, anyone can send to the jail. According to this Rowlatt Act, no need to intimate. The suspected people will be sent to the jail. And what is that? No need to tell where he was and minimum 2 years of the imprisonment. Like that, there are so many things occurred in the Rowlatt Act. Against this Rowlatt Act, Gandhi 1919 April 6th, Gandhi announced for the Rowlatt Satyagraha. Rowlatt Satyagraha. Later period, Gandhi withdrawn this Rowlatt Satyagraha, but people continued. So because of this 1919 April 13, 1919 April 13, people gathered at Jallianwala Bagh. Jallianwala Bagh. It was at this moment, whenever Rowlatt Satyagraha was going on, there was just like 144 section, that was the martial action. Martial action was continuing in this area. So Punjab was affected, more affected area. People did not allow, government did not allow Gandhi to enter into the Punjab, and there Punjab became center for the different activities. That's why in the Punjab, General Wo Dyer, he was General Wo Dyer, he was a governor. Michael Wo Dyer, he was army general. Michael Wo Dyer ordered to fight while they were gathered at Jallianwala Bagh. Jallianwala Bagh entrance was a very narrow entrance, and the exit was also very narrow exit. They started different rounds. Nearly 15 minutes continued the rounds. 15 minutes people were under the ruin of the bullets. Many people died. Officially declared that just 339 people were died, but people identified 1200 people died. More than 1500 they lost their limbs and they wounded. Here there are two types of the people. One is this day, April 13, this day, Baisakhi day. So Baisakhi day, some pilgrims reached to here, and also protests were also reached to here. Protest and pilgrims both are there. Nobody knows who is protest, who is what is that pilgrim. So that happened. This was called as the famous Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So after this incident, Gandhi withdrawn his title, that is what called as Kaisar-e-Hind. Kaisar-e-Hind title was given to the Gandhi when he did services in 1899 to 1902 Boyer's War period. He got this in 1914. Kaisar-e-Hindu title was given to the Gandhi in 1914 for giving services in 1899 to 1902 Boyer's War. For the Boyer's War. Boyer's War. Boers. Boyer's War. So Gandhi withdrawn this. And also Rabindranath Tagore was also withdrawn his title, knighthood title. This knighthood title was also withdrawn by the Rabindranath Tagore because of Jallianwala Bagh. Some ministers also resigned in Tamil Nadu, like Tagore Prakasam Pandulu. He resigned for his post. Same in the year 1919, November, there occurred a Khilafat movement. All India Khilafat committees were established. Khilafat movement in India was started by Ali brothers, Shaukat Ali, Muhammad Ali. These two started Khilafat movement in India, 1919 November. So these were the incidents. Khilafat movement was supported by the Gandhi and also supported by some Congress people. Because there was two causes. One is, if Congress supported to the Khilafat movement, it will gain the support from the Muslims in the national struggle. And another one, supporting to the Muslims. So Khilafat movement latter period turned into Khilafat non-cooperation movement. Gandhi started non-cooperation movement against of this Khilafat. Along with the Khilafat movement. Non-cooperation movement, this non-cooperation movement, Gandhi started with three aims. There were three aims. One is British should do responsible for the Jallianwala Bagh incident. Jallianwala Bagh incident, responsibility of the British. And the second one is Khilafat issue. Second one is Khilafat issue. Third one is attainment of Swaraj, complete Swaraj. These three are the aims of non-cooperation movement: Jallianwala Bagh incident, Khilafat issue, and Swaraj. So, with these three aims, non-cooperation movement started in 1920 August 1st and ended in 1922 February 12th. August 1st to February 12th. This movement continued in India. During the time of the continuation of this movement, there occurred several incidents in several places. During the movement, Gandhi called for the two types of programs. He made two types of the programs. One is boycott program. Boycott or destructive programs. Second one is constructive programs. Destructive programs and constructive programs, Gandhi started two types of the programs. In the boycott or destructive programs, avoid boycott of the foreign goods, boycott of the foreign courts, boycott of the foreign schools, boycott of the foreign cloth, everything. And constructive programs, construction of the indigenous national schools, national colleges and panchayatis, instead of the courts, panchayatis. Instead of the goods, charakas, distribution of the charakas, cloth, like that, constructive and destructive programs. This is about briefly the non-cooperation movement. We will go to the deep in the non-cooperation movement. We will discuss non-cooperation movement started in 1920 August 1st. Call off ended in 1920 February 12 by Gandhi. The cause for the end of the movement is Chauri Chaura incident. The movement symbol was the charaka. Charaka was the symbol of the non-cooperation movement. During the time of the beginning of non-cooperation movement, Lord Chelmsford was the Viceroy of India, and at the ending of the movement, Lord Reading was Viceroy of India. He continued from 1921 to 1926. By this time, Disraeli, he was Prime Minister